Hi, welcome to Healthy Homesteading Adventures. I'm Tamara. Today I'm going to help you with your kerosene heater. If you have a Kero World KW-11F or a similar one, we're going to see if we can get through this. If you want to change the wick on your heater, it helps to have the manual so you can read that. But sometimes the manual, it's iffy. So it will help if we go through this together. I'm not an expert, but I've changed it before and I've had my issues, but we're going to do our best, okay? So you need to find out what kind of a wick you need. And I went to Ace Hardware and I got this. I already opened it up. Okay, it's called, they recommend what ones they want you to get, and I got this American wick that they had at Ace Hardware, and it's good for KW11, which is also good for KW-11F. It will tell you the ones that's good for. And it will tell you some directions in here. They're a little different from the ones in the manual, so I will go by that. Okay, now, in order to change the wick, the only thing you're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver, okay? And I have a little helper here. This is Tigresa. Alright, there are 2 screws on the side, 2 on the back, and 2 on the other side, so both sides. And I've already removed them, so I am not going to do that right now. I guess I could show you putting them back on. Actually, putting them back on is more difficult because you have to line it up with the hole. Okay, so first thing you want to do before you take the screws on, I just take this grill out of the way. Alright, and then you take out this chimney thing. And then you gotta pull this thing off. Just kind of wiggle it. Well, it was already loose. And then pull it off, okay? Set it aside. By the way, when you take your screws out, put them in your pocket or somewhere safe because you don't want to lose your screws. Okay. This, it's difficult to get out if it catches. I'll show you why. Just kind of jiggle it around. Okay, there's this ledge here that catches, so you want to be careful of that. Alright, now you can just set that aside, okay? Okay. This thing here, according to the manual, is called a wind cover. There will be a tiny little screw right here. You take that off, and then you kind of pinch them together. There's a tab over here that gets stuck. There you go. So you kind of pinch it together. This little tab right here gets stuck there. Okay. Next, you will have four wing nuts. Here they are. 4 of these wing nuts. They will be located here, one back here, whoops, it up here, one over here, and then one here behind the wick adjuster. Now you see there's lots of screws here. They're very tempting to remove the screws of the wick adjuster. Do not remove the screws, or you'll have to watch my other video on how to put that back together. Basically what you want to do is just lift this whole thing up, okay? It'll come on. I got it up earlier, it's just stuck. Okay, well, when I ran out of, I actually had the wick all the way out and I had to force it back in. Okay, there we go, wiggle it around a little bit. Oh yeah, so pay close attention. There's this thing in there. Well, get this out. That thing. That has to be lined up later in here, in this part, okay? Alright, so to get this thing off, they say to squeeze this and pull it out. Now, what I did, don't make this mistake. Don't take your wick out and then not know where you put your new one, because I did that and had to reuse the old one. This one's pretty bad. It's down to the strings. I think it's time. I used it for a year. So this is called, just so you know, this is called the wick holder, okay? This is called the wick adjuster assembly. The replacement wick has a black line. Does it now? They've got several black lines on this, and that's the problem here. Fold the new wick and slide it into the holder. Okay, we did that. I'm going to read the directions. The black line on the outside of the wick should match the top edge of the holder. Wow, it doesn't say which black line. Huh. There's A, B, C. Look, it's got A, B, C, and E. And I think last time I chose B. So I'm going to go for B. I can't imagine doing E. It would be up too high. That's why they tell you to use theirs. And I think, just want to mention, probably we should put the area that they sewed it in the back, where the other seam is. Just my thought. Alright. Put it in here. And then you gotta, oh, let me show you. You're gonna have all these little stickery things. You see them? I don't know if it's focusing on it, but it has to snap into them. There's a row around the top and then a row around the bottom too. Okay. So I've got it in there, lined up. Now the tricky part is getting it to open. There we go, I got it to open. Don't snap it in place until you've got it lined up. I got it lined up in the back pretty good. So, you want to try to make sure you have it lined up good with the line, or you get uneven burning, as I found out. So, let's try. It's not that easy sometimes to be perfect. Pretty good. Alright, let's snap it more in place. I hope it's in good. Appears to be. Now, the black line on the outside of the wick should match the top edge of the holder, then press it against the teeth inside the holder to obtain a firm grip. Replace the wick and holder in the burner tank. Rotate 90 degrees left and right as well as up and down until the wick slides freely. Well, this is the holder tank here. I would say it's rotating pretty freely. Okay. Check to see that the gasket is still in place on the burner tank. The gasket. What gasket? Doesn't even tell what it's talking about. Talking about. Sorry, don't know that one. It is recommended to reinstall the wick adjusting knob for easier assembly. Okay, well, just for right now. Put the knob back on. Alright. My thing is terrible. Alright. Insert the pry-on at the other end of the wick control shaft into the top portion of the rack of the wick holder. I would say this is the rack here of the wick holder. So they're saying to put this, what are they calling it? The pry-on, no, the pinion. This is, wait, sorry, you're not seeing that. That must be the pinion, okay? It says this step can be easily carried out if the wick holder is raised. Alright. Oh. So. Wow. We have to raise this all the way then, turn it. If that's what they mean. Wow, but the whole thing just it's spring-loaded. It wants to do something crazy. Alright, let's try that. Now the tricky part in here is getting this whole thing in. Okay, I got it. You see? Alright, now I'm going to line up with the screw, the place for the screws. I don't think that works really. Alright. That didn't help. This is where I got stuck last time. Anybody else got stuck here? Huh, that's not the right way. I'm going to take it out. Obviously that did not work. Come out. Boy, it's just such a mess. I think last time when I did it, now it's stuck. That's what I don't like with these things. I don't think that was a good idea to turn it first. Just messed it up. Actually, what I did last time is I put it in the middle of this thing. I tried to. Right there. I don't know. See if that works. There. Let's try and figure out what's the easiest thing. I think that putting this, or how am I showing you this? Put the wick down in first. Okay. See how it's in there now? Okay. Now, I'm trying to get it so you can see. Put that thing in the middle. I got it in the middle. Okay. Let's see if that works. I hope. I'm going to be out here when it's getting really cold. The sun's going to be over the hill soon. I hope that goes far enough down. Wow, it starts out black on this wick. It sort of works. I'm not sure if it's going down as far as it should or not. Okay, but it's in there. So hey, hello there. I put it on level B on the line because I think that's what I did last time. And if I make a mistake, I'll have to fix it later. Alright, what goes next? Oh, first, don't put this yet. Put the wing nuts next. Okay, I've got some here. Okay, next we put this wing guard back on. Okay, and hook up that tab first, and then bring this around. Snap everything in place. And then you're going to put that little tiny screw back in. Alright, I already put the wind cover thing back on. But guess what? I read in the directions that it should be, okay, 5/16 of an inch. Each inch is divided into 16 parts, so you want to count up 5. And there's a big mark and then the one little one after it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a long one here. And this one after it. And so you put your wick up as high as it will go. And it needs to be, like, say if you stuck it down in here. And mine actually, it actually comes right to the right spot. So B was good for me. You want to make... Oh, and it also told you to remove this lighter thing. Why didn't I remove it? It's because I cut mine. I cut the cord, the wires, because it's cut back here too. I'm not using it. I think that thing was a piece of junk, but I prefer lighting it with this. So that way I didn't have to take that part off. You might have to. And so at this point you put that back on, and then you put this on, and then I don't think we need the directions anymore after that. You gotta take this part back off. Where are we? Take this part back off so you can put the housing on. Alright, coming down, remember you have to get that thing there. And some things it has to line up with in the back. Okay, now we'll turn it. Let's try and get my screw. Oh no. Tissue out of there. Oh, I have something nice to sit on here. Okay. A magnetized screwdriver is really wonderful, because it will actually hold it for you. Oh, there's the hole. Good. You want to make sure you see a hole. Don't screw it in all the way until you've got everything lined up. It makes it harder to get it in. I guess we can do the side ones, I hope. I'll tighten it more later. Okay. And you can see the hole. That was, see, it had to pop in place. And look, I have to actually move it over to get it to line up. So, hold it tight with my fingers. Okay. I only have one screw left. Oh wait, there's two. I'm missing one. Oh, I only needed two. This side only has one. It's not lined up. And it actually helps to tilt it. You can see it. Oh, there it is. If you do it blindly, it's really hard to see. If you're thinking of getting one of these, I'm just going to say I'm buying 2 5-gallon jugs, right? And it's costing me nearly $100 for 2 of them. And the place where I'm going now, you have to buy the bucket every time. They're going to get it so they can refill soon. So it does end up, and this is lasting me for 2 weeks or less. That'll give you some idea what you might be spending for this source of heat, okay? Okay, now we're gonna put this back on. Wow. You gotta line it up. Mine's really getting old and breaking. Doesn't seem to want to go on there. There. And find the right way. Okay, and now we need the chimney. Okay. Put the grill back on. Now, I am going to put the fuel in, and then I will show you I'll have to let the fuel set for 10 minutes, soak up in the wick, and then I will show you that it actually works. Because after my last video, I was in such a hurry to get in, and I was so sick of videoing it that I wanted to get in and just have the heat. So this time I will show it to you. Alright, see you soon. Okay, this is how we're going to put the fuel in the cartridge that goes on the side. We have this thing here that goes in, and this one goes down into the tank. It's pretty long. And then you want to make sure this thing at the top is tight, and then you squeeze it. And it's going to jiggle. Put my foot up against it. If you want it to run out at a certain time, then you won't be filling it all the way. You kind of get so you can estimate it. Like if you want to dry burn it. So I find that if I fill it to maybe right here and then start it late afternoon, hopefully it'll be out sometime in the morning. No, I didn't mention it, but when you're going to do your wick change, you want to make sure you used up all the kerosene in the tank, because you don't want to be getting all that kerosene all over your fingers. This just does get annoying sometimes. If you put this up on the other bucket, then you could squeeze it once and it'll just go faster. But then you have to try and open this really fast to let the air in so it won't gush too much. It's kind of a good exercise for your fingers. But I like to watch the window, and I want you to see what it looks like when it finally does get up there. They actually sell some of these pumps that are electric. But I messed mine up right away. Not worth it. You pay about 30 bucks. Hey, it's already in there. Did you see that? I put more than I wanted. Can you see it wiggling in there? Yeah, there it is. It's already up pretty good. So I'm not going to fill it all the way. It doesn't need to be. So what I do is I just lift that up and let a little air in that way. Because I get really annoyed with releasing this and trying to tighten it enough. And just leave it alone. But you can do whatever works best for you. Alright, I'm going to put the lid back on. Try to do this when you're looking at the camera screen instead of the actual object. Okay, now I'm going to go put it inside the kerosene heater. My motorhome, and I've waited longer than 10 minutes, quite a while. So ready to light this wick. See how it goes. Okay, I like to take the chimney out of the way. You know, when you want your wick to soak up, make sure this is all the way down. It wasn't quite. Let's see if it'll work. One-handed. Yeah, that's a lot of counts. It takes a while to pump this thing. There you go. It looks perfect all the way around. Look at all that reflection. It's beautiful. Oops, it smoked. I actually did lower it down one. me see how much it's under there. It's got quite a flame yet. So, and it's pretty hot. And so I'm hoping it's not so low that it will cause that buildup of that horrible smoke. But where it was blue flame over the top, and that's not good either. So, and this isn't quite filling up the whole orange thing, but it is doing quite a bit, so it might be good here. Okay, that's a success. So, again. I am hoping that this helped make it easier for you to change your wick, and I hope you didn't have any troubles. Remember that if you're getting stuck, that one pinion thing has to go in the middle, and don't do what they say and wind it up. That was crazy. It didn't work at all. And start at the top. Oh no, it doesn't work. At least it didn't work for me. And I just wanted to say that if you enjoyed the video, and I'll try to make more on kerosene heaters for you. I've already made, well, it's probably enough, and I hope they help you. It can be very annoying trying to figure this stuff out. And the directions are sometimes vague and the picture's small, so hopefully this made it a little easier for you. And if you liked everything, please hit the like button and subscribe and check out my other videos. I have a few shorts of wildlife and my cats, and I have a health section too on my videos, so please check them out. And I also have a blog called Healthy Homesteading Adventures, where I share a little bit more, and I use the videos on the blog post. So do check it out and subscribe there too. And I have another channel called Singing Waters, where I share videos of reading a book called Patriarchs and Prophets by My Creek at different times of the year, and it's really beautiful. And I do some scripture song singing and hymns, and recently did some shorts of singing quartet with myself, and found out I could sing bass just barely, so I hope you enjoy that too. Singing Waters, all one word. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.